Hi, folks. This is U.S. Senator Joni Ernst, the junior senator from the great state of Iowa. Thank you so much to the folks at UANI for inviting me to give brief remarks on the risks Iran poses on American peace and prosperity. From the outset, I'll make my position clear. The world's leading state sponsor of terrorism must not become a nuclear power, and the United States must return to a maximum pressure campaign to oppose Iran's theocratic dictatorship in Iran. The Biden administration's doctrine of appeasement regarding Iran and a host of other adversaries has emboldened, rather than deterred, capability development. 2 months ago, I was sanctioned by Iran for my support of those opposing the regime and my persistent efforts to defeat and deter Iran's reign of terror across the world. Under the Biden administration, we have seen the Iranian regime grow bolder than ever before across the Middle East. In Yemen, thanks to Biden's lifting of sanctions on the Houthis, an Iranian terror proxy, the country's stability has devolved into a nearly failed state. Yemen is on the precipice of starvation, and our partners and allies in the region are under constant threat of missile and drone attacks. In Iraq, we are seeing Iran-backed groups continue to engage in violent attacks against U.S. forces and diplomats in Iraq and Syria in their quest to make Iraq subservient to Iran's interests. In Lebanon, Hezbollah, Iran's proxy, continues to fuel crisis after crisis, actions which have brought the state to its knees and its people into absolute poverty. Hezbollah, with Iran's direct support, aims tens of thousands of rockets at Israel, threatening millions of lives. In Latin America, we see Iran continue to expand its footprint through the leftist dictatorship in Venezuela, continuing the regime's bloody legacy marked by the 1994 AMIA bombing in Buenos Aires. Here at home, Iran has been increasingly active as well. Iran's Quds forces have been persistently trying to assassinate former and current officials within our government, as well as dissidents which speak the truth on Iran's terrible human rights record. We cannot be complacent as Iran continues to sponsor acts of terrorism and undermine the security of our allies. I have led on multiple efforts to counter Iran's presence globally. I'm leading the Deterring Enemy Forces and Enabling National Defenses Act, or the Defend Act, which would direct the Secretary of Defense to seek to cooperate with allies and partners to identify an architecture and acquisition approach to an integrated air and missile defense system. This bipartisan, bicameral legislation would bring together America's allies and partners to build a strengthened defense architecture to counter Iran's increasingly complex drone and rocket technology, and would seek to work with Israel, our Gulf partners, Egypt, Iraq, Jordan, and others. I am pleased to say that the Senate National Defense Authorization Act, Congress's annual defense bill, includes the Defend Act, and that the House-passed NDAA included a version of the Defend Act. I'm confident that there is a clear path forward for the Defend Act into law. The fight against the murderous regime in Iran is far from over. I will continue to work to counter Iran's terror activities around the globe and work to support those who shine a light on the horrible abuses and corruption of the Ayatollah's reign. Iran, the successor of the ancient Persian Empire, was once a beacon of knowledge and civilization in the world. I will continue to work to assist those who wish to throw off the yoke of their Islamist oppressors and work for the future of a free Iran. Thank you, and God bless.